Welcome, little mama. I'm so glad that you're listening to this podcast. I hope that it has blessed you. You know, if you have some things that you'd like to know from an older woman, that would be me, then I would love for you to send me an email or a DM and let me know some things you'd like me to talk about on the Moms Like Us Do Things Like This show. I have lots of experts that I can pull from. I just recently interviewed a stepmom, and I know some of you are stepmoms out there. She was amazing. She had such wisdom. She's not new at this game. She's been a stepmom for like 30 years, and she was bold and she was really real. And I think that you're really going to love it when that comes up. Her name's Laura. You're going to really like it when she's on the show. And it was because somebody said, I'm a stepmom and some of this stuff doesn't apply to me. Can you help, Mona? And I said, I can't, but I can find somebody that can. And I did. Today on the show, we are going to be wrapping up the fourth episode of my 4-part commentary with Jennifer Strickland. Jennifer Strickland and I put together this commentary, and we thought, let's just put it on our podcast, but we have some other plans for it too. This is Out of the Rubble, the restoration of femininity, and Jennifer and I are wrapping it up with what God says, and I really like it. I was just listening to one of the clips to put on social media, and well, it's about us being God's very, very best creation and what the enemy is doing to us against God. And I got a little tickle in my throat because it kind of choked me up a little bit. Anyways, I think you'll be blessed by this whole conversation about gender. But enough of me. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the I Am a Woman podcast. My name is Jennifer Strickland, and I am here with my friend Mona Corwin. This is our final installment on the history of the feminist movement. And this time we're going to focus on the restoration of women and how we can use our influence for the good, which is what, you and I have been trying to do all along. And I think that most women do want to do that and do want to use their influence for the good. What happened with the women's studies? I want to let you guys know that if you haven't listened to the last 3 episodes, please do, because we've gone through the first, the second, and the third waves of feminism. And in I think it was the third wave or second, gender study or women's studies came into the universities. Kate Millett brought women's studies into the universities.
Every single one of them.
Every single one of them. Is it still called women's studies today?
Oh yeah, you can get a PhD in women's studies.
Okay, when did gender studies come in, and how is that different?
It's a little bit different, but it is. You'll find it in the same spot.
Okay,
so it is the area where all of that is taking place. Okay. So gender studies has been brought in to just confuse us all more.
That has to do with the erasure of gender.
Yes, but they've been doing that all along. That's from the very beginning.
Because
remember back when I was watching Marlo Thomas?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the main themes that we've talked about of the feminist movement were children are a problem.
Children are the problem to women being able to do what they want to do.
Okay, children are getting in the way of children being able, or of women being able to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Men are the problem. Men are in our way.
The patriarch is not just in our way. They are literally oppressing us.
Okay.
This is not truth, girls. This is what the feminist movement has always believed and still believes.
That we're oppressed by men.
Yes.
No boundaries, no sexual boundaries.
Oh, no.
Which has, in my opinion, has caused...
It's breaking women because women are not meant for that.
Women are not meant
and
for
men
that.
are not going to. Men are going to raise when you do studies over the way our social structures are. Men rise to the women's values and morals. So if you're, I don't have to tell you girls like this. We don't have to waste time doing it. You actually know that
Right.
if you're out with a guy and he wants to do something, you say no, he won't do it.
That's exactly right.
But the feminists will tell you different. But
yeah, men rise to the standard of the morality of the women in a culture.
yes,
Okay. So when the women in a culture,
we actually make the culture better.
right.
Or
Or
worse.
worse.
Or worse.
Okay. So when women in a culture are all up with pornography and all of these things, the entire culture is going to go down.
Imagine that. I think we're there.
Yeah, we're 100% there.
100%.
Okay. So women define themselves.
No authority.
Okay. Women can do anything unless it's being a wife, mother, and homemaker. So that's basically the undercurrent of the feminist movement.
It is despised, and it is not just go back and girls and listen to the great quotes that I gave you on that. Woman having children, it's God's design, and so it is at the core of what the enemy wants and what the feminist movement has been against all along. Get the woman out of the house, get her to have conflict with her husband.
Right. That's key.
Then if you get the husband to be emasculated.
Right. Make him feel like less than a man.
Then she's in charge.
She's in charge.
And if the man is not standing up and being a man and saying, you can't do this to my wife and my kids, I protect my family, then guess what? The man is out of the way and the enemy can have the wife and the kids. And the government can have the wife and the kids. We've seen that happen in low-income families where the men are out of the homes and then the government comes in with the food and all the other things and they become the provider and quote the protector.
Right.
And it has captured and locked in an entire culture of lower income families. And it's really sad because we are a country of fatherlessness.
Yeah.
Fatherlessness. I mean, but we didn't want them. We didn't want men. We told the men, we don't want you. We don't need you.
That's exactly what the feminist movement did.
Do you know how much we need men?
Oh my gosh.
Men built this country. Well, not just for that, but I mean, but literally men built this country. All the railroads.
Come on.
All the roads, these skyscrapers, these men that are hanging up there building stuff.
Talk about
it. We
literally
need men to do these things. Women cannot do those things.
No. And also women, although women should be in the military, men have the protector, the fierce physical, they have the physical strength.
Oh my gosh.
To protect the family.
It is chemical. Like our bodies. Well, it's what I teach in Authentic Womanhood. Like when you see the way God laid it out and the way he created and the science behind it, like you can't deny it. And you don't want to deny it because it's so super cool. And when I see my husband and he's doing something, I'm like, oh, he's not doing that because he's ignoring me. He's doing that because that's what men do because they're single-minded. He's not dumb because he can't do everything. He can't multitask. He's not created to multitask. If he multitasked, when a man come to the door, I'd be in trouble.
Right.
He's not going, okay, I wonder about this and wonder about that. And what if he does this and what if he does that? No, he's got his gun. He's going in. Same thing when he has to go and hunt something down to feed his family. Same thing what he has to do when he goes to work and he works really hard for you and your kids. And he comes home and he's got a woman that doesn't appreciate it, that thinks he hasn't done enough and he needs to do more stuff. And he's been so browbeated and emasculated that that's exactly what he does.
And to me, that's...
And then we're wondering why these men are sad.
Well, because that's toxic. What's toxic, femininity, is the woman who makes her husband feel like that. That's toxic.
It is. But you don't have to be that. You can be an authentic woman and not be like that.
You have a choice.
Yeah, you have a choice.
Okay. So,
and it's a good choice.
So we're going to talk about the lies and the truths of the feminist movement. So I'm going to name the lie and you're going to name the truth. Ready? We're going to play a game.
Okay, go.
Okay, lie. We define our own truth. We define who we are, who men and women are. We define it.
Yeah.
Truth?
No. That's the answer. No. I wrote it
The
down.
truth is
It's God's truth. And it starts in gender in Genesis. And here is just a little tidbit. I threw my paper again. The really cool thing is that when God created man and woman, he created them equal, equally loved, equally valued.
That's right.
Equally made in the image of God with gifts and talents.
That's right.
To bless the world that is out there through their gender. Do you know that of all the things that God could have called his creation of man and woman in Genesis, we're on 2, he used our gender to describe us, male and female.
I know. It's actually beautiful.
It is so important to the Lord. Moms, again, women, again, I encourage you to wrestle with this feminist stuff. Wrestle like I wrestled. And you might just come out and go, hey, I didn't know this about this, or I didn't know this about this, or I still might kind of believe this. But take the time and wrestle with it. You're going to learn some really cool things about how God created us as men and women.
So he created us equal, but different.
Yeah.
And the different is on purpose. The differences between us are distinct.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's like I've been teaching on the podcast, the Hebrew word for man means hands on fire.
Oh, I love it.
And the Hebrew word for woman means breath on fire.
Well, watch out.
So
Our
we
breath
can
be
either,
on fire.
you can have some fiery breath. You can have the voice that brings life and hope and revelation, or as a woman, you can tear him down with your words, just as a man can tear us down with his hands or build us up with his hands.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Right?
Well, there's a scripture. It is actually another one of my favorite scriptures. I had it around this house somewhere. It is Proverbs 14:1, and it's a wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her own hands.
With her own hands.
And the minute when I heard that, I was in church one day, and it wasn't a sermon about anything, but the man just said it. The pastor just said it. And I got a lump in my throat. It was about the time of my son's nursery with the making it gender neutral. And I remember that lump. I'm tearing my home down with my own hands.
Right. I've done it too.
What in the world? It broke me.
Yeah.
It broke me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to figure this out.
That's right.
I'm going to learn how to be a woman that blesses, and I'm not going to be selfish. I'm going to be selfless. Loving sacrifice is not considered valuable in the feminist movement.
Right. Laying down your life.
No such
to
thing.
lift up your husband.
No.
Yeah. And yet that is the very thing that Jesus modeled for us, is to lay down our lives for others.
It's so,
and I love
beautiful.
the verse from Proverbs too. That she would bring him good and not harm all the days of his life. That's so convicting to me. And I probably don't meditate on it enough, but I understand that concept that in God's economy, the woman who brings good and not harm to him all the days of his life is the woman of the noble character, not the nasty character, the noble character. And we do have that choice, and we can be that woman one day and
every day.
And decide
may mess up,
the next
but,
second or hour, we can turn around and go, you know what? I'm going to humble myself and I'm going to lift you up, and I was wrong,
I'm going to just give you a quick challenge. I'm going to challenge you to wake up tomorrow morning and think to yourself, how can I make his day better today? Just that. It may be picking something up at the store for him. It may be cooking something special that he likes. It may, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Think about what you can say.
So good. So good. I'm going to do that. I'm signing up for the job.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, lie number two, you don't need a man.
Or marriage.
or marriage, the emasculating of men, toxic masculinity. What is the truth to that lie?
Well, we already established that we would have no skyscrapers without men.
Right.
I'm sorry. I know they have girls up there with hard hats. I realize. I acknowledge that girls can climb the skyscrapers, but men do things that women are not. Our muscles can't do.
Yeah,
so,
they build with their hands.
And we do things that they can't do, and that is the beauty of it. Like, I don't have to say, but women can do it. Well, no, there's stuff you can't do, girl. Like, I'm grown up. Like, I'm already through this. I've already studied it. Trust me, there's things you can't do. But the things that you get to do that are your things are really cool, and you should be excited about them.
Right, exactly. Okay, here's another lie. Women would be happy and find themselves if they could just leave the calling of wife and mother and discover fulfillment in the world.
Yeah, this has been a real problem.
What's the truth?
The call is the kids are the problem.
But what's the truth?
The truth is God has given us children and he's given us family. And God's idea of family is grounded in who he is. And he uses the vernacular all the time, just not as a vernacular. But indeed, Jesus said, you're my brothers and sisters, and this is my father. And just read your scripture. All the way in the Old Testament, it was all about family. It has been all about family until this came along.
Wow. Okay, so I love to ask everybody who comes on the show, to you, because our goal is to restore the meaning of our name. That's why I'm doing this podcast. So to you, what is a woman?
Oh, gee whiz. This is hard because I teach it. If I had to pick, I love the softness of a woman. I love how women are soft strength. And I think this is when I grasp it. A woman is like a magnolia tree. Like, it's really strong. You walk by a magnolia tree, you can smell it. Like, you've walked by something that smells good. And a magnolia flower, it's strong, and the leaves look really gentle and like they're not going to do very good, and they're going to fall real quickly. You touch that leaf, that petal, it's strong and it's thick and it lasts. And the perfume is so beautiful and it's pure white because we are pure in our femininity the way God created us to be. It is a blessing to be a woman. And I love the fact that a woman is soft strength. We're soft on the outside, but we're strong on the inside. This is how God created us to be. And men are strong on the outside. And if he's a good man, he's soft on the inside.
Yeah.
And I love this analogy. One of the things that makes me the saddest, and I talked to some people just earlier today about this, is that the beauty of what a woman is and the wonder of what we are and how much we've lost in all of this 50, 60 years, women aren't any happier. They're really not. They're
no
bitter
kidding.
and they're angry and they're confused, and the children are having struggles. And all of that beauty that God created in Genesis, when he said, I've created woman, it is my last thing that I've created. And he said, not only is it good, it's very good. That very thing, us, you, Jennifer, me, all of the women, you that are watching, the enemy is using God's most beautiful thing against him and his children, his men, and generations to come. And I think that because of the value that we have as a woman and the influence that we have as women and the gentle softness that we have as a woman, I think it is worth wrestling through this and finding out what lies we've believed, because we have believed lies, what things we've taken into us, that ways that we're not reflecting the beauty of a magnolia, and we're not reflecting it. I think it's worth wrestling with and coming to know the truth.
It's 100% worth wrestling with because, when you take the the lies that we've been talking about of this movement. Not to say that, people who followed it are liars or bad people at all. I mean, I think the truth is you don't just believe a lie, but you live it out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you believe the lie that children are disposable in the womb, you're going to believe that their life is not valuable and worth protecting outside of the womb. If you believe that a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man, you're naturally you've exchanged the truth of God for a lie, basically. Right. And it's going to be up to the women of God, I believe, and the men of God. It's like I said on the last episode, when men and women stand together in unity, you won't stop us. No. You won't stop us. You won't win against us. No. Because that is God's design, is man and woman in unity. Do you think that the average man out there is in unity with the message of the feminist movement today?
I don't know. Because men have been influenced by the feminist movement too.
Yeah.
And, that they've been raised by feminist moms, or they were emasculated by their moms, they might be okay with it. So again, we all need to look at this and say, where have I believed a lie? Nobody likes to think they believed a lie. And lovingly, Jennifer and I have come to y'all with love. It's not easy to just stand up and come against the feminist movement, FYI. It's not the easiest thing. We come under attack for what we do. We're censored. We're canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just got canceled again on Instagram.
So, I got
300 people. Like, come join me. Like,
keep
seriously.
getting canceled. They keep taking her down.
What can we do? But it's okay. But the point is that we can make a difference in the world. We can make that switch and that change. And I think as women, we get to do it. We want to hear the good news?
Yes.
Okay, here's what I'm seeing. Now, I am a coach to moms. So I help moms with their marriages, their mothering.
I love it.
Cooking.
So good.
All this fun stuff, right? So I'm seeing a trend.
Yeah.
That I've been seeing now for a good 5 years.
Good.
Career women are coming home.
That's where they need to be.
Well,
especially with
home.
the screens. Where you got the kids on social media. Mama's got to be home.
Well, they're coming home, but the reason they're coming home is they climbed a corporate ladder. I'm very capable. Right. I've done all that I want to do, and now I want to have a baby. Some of infertility is definitely a problem because they've waited so long to have their babies. But when they get home, they are like, I want to do this. And I have a MBA. Like, I'm pretty sure I can handle a kid. And they're getting home and going, oh, maybe I need to find a mentor. Maybe I need some help.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing that these women are coming home, and they're coming home for all the right reasons. And there is a movement of women that are saying, hey, I'm feminine. I am not a feminist. I'll guarantee you in 2010, when I went out on the streets with the microphone and asked women, what is femininity? Ruffles, nobody could tell me what femininity was. They couldn't tell me that it was the essence of what a woman was. And I wasn't doing like Matt Walsh by saying, what is a woman? But they didn't know that either. And I was shocked that they didn't know this awesome thing that's inside of them.
Yeah, because we are the one that sets the tone for the atmosphere. And we have a tremendous influence. We have to remember, too, that anything that separates man from woman and families and children is not of the Lord.
Yeah. Let me read this quote. You're going to love this quote.
Read it, and then we are going to wrap it up because this has been amazing.
We've had so much fun with this.
With all your papers.
No, I love it. Okay, I've got 2 quotes. The first one is from William Ross Wallace. The hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world.
That's right.
You may have heard that one. But how about this one from David O. McKay? The home is the first and most effective place to learn the lessons of life. Truth, honor, virtue, self-control, the value of education, honest work, and the purpose and privilege of life. Nothing can take the place of home in rearing and teaching children. And no other success can compensate for a failure in the home.
That's the perfect way to end it.
I knew you'd like it.
I love it. You know, it's so much a part of my life and the legacy that, you know, my mother, my husband's mother have passed on to me is the value for the home. And I just want to remind all of you women out there that what she said is absolutely true. Wrestle with it all you want. You know, talk to women today and just say, look, did we get to a place that's good? You know, they say to test the fruit, And when you see this many women behaving as victims, being so angry, being so divisive, anything that separates and divides a man and a woman is not from God. Anything that separates and divides the genders, because Yahweh, God's name, is half female, half male, half masculine, half feminine. That is his name. And so we are made in his image, and we only find the fullness of who we're created to be when we're united.
And really, if you have a woman that wants to be a man, it's such a great loss of a beautiful woman.
Because she's something.
Gone. She wants to be a man.
Yeah, she has something that is so magnetic and so powerful and so worth fighting for inside of her. And I think for me, that's been one of my greatest concerns in ministry, is to look at what's happening with the girls and say, I understand why you're rejecting these girls. I understand why they're rejecting angry voices or women in porn or whatever else. Maybe they were fatherless, or maybe they had an angry mother, whatever it is. They didn't have a role of femininity that they wanted to rise up to. But I want to call out what it is to be beautiful, to be a woman for them, because I think if they really understood the power of their influence, man, they could be
good. It's so good.
They could be world changers. They could be world changers.
But as moms and women, we get to live it. We can change this. We can change our own lives.
Yeah.
Not just, like I said, we have to get down in the dirt and start sowing seeds that look not like a wrecking ball, but like
they're going to bear fruit. And the place that begins is home.
Because we want to be women that build our houses up, not tear them down with our
That's exactly right. Okay, really quick, Mona, tell my listeners how they can connect with you and become a part of the Academy.
Oh, okay. So we have the Moms Like Us Academy, and you can go to momslikeuss.org, and all the stuff is there. You can join the Academy. We have monthly experts. People have access to me. We have courses in there where you can learn different things. We have stepmom stuff, single mom stuff. And it is all about helping you get strategies and systems and skills so you can crush it at motherhood. And Authentic Womanhood is free inside of the Academy. The No Regrets Motherhood Blueprint is free. Awesome. We have lots of courses inside of there that's free. But you can also get those courses outside. And then once a year, I do a live Authentic Womanhood, and we get on, and so you can ask me direct questions, because that, I think, is always the best way to help women when you're wrestling with something. You just don't want to go and learn about cooking. You just want to learn what you need. And that's what we do in the Academy.
That's so awesome.
It. And Instagram, if I'm still on, you can come and find me.
Yeah, if they don't keep kicking her off.
Moms Like Us _
Yeah, because she's such a threat to Instagram, mentoring all these mothers. But listen, thank you guys so much for joining us for this series. Please share it with your friends. Hey, I have an idea. Share it with your women's studies professors. Let's see what they have to say.
And give them our email.
Yeah. Tell them we're available for an interview. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the I Am a Woman podcast. We do this because we truly, really care, truly care about the future of girls in this nation. And we're going to keep speaking life into them. I am a woman, say it with me, Mona, and my name means life. Thanks.
Hi, I hope you liked this episode of the Moms Like Us show. And if you did, I hope that you'll share it. You'll share it with another mom friend because, moms like us do things like this. I also hope that you will check out the Moms Like Us Academy, where we take ideas like we've been talking about on the show, but we go deeper. We just don't get inspired and think, ooh, that's a really good idea. I think I want to try that. We actually learn how to do these things and why we need to. And then you know what? You have Mona, the mom mentor, and other master moms that teach the master classes in there. They come alongside and we don't leave you alone. We help you implement and really, truly change your mom life into the mom life you've always wanted to have, because motherhood isn't a natural talent. It's a skill, sweetie, and you can learn it. So go and check out the Moms Like Us Academy today and find me when you get there and say hi. Bye.